When Donna and I started over, she had bad debt, no car, no job, and no home. When I started over, I had money and nothing coming in. A pile that only ever got smaller. A mortgage that was too big, spending habits I never questioned, and a drinking problem that made every one of those decisions worse. We had two completely different problems, and if left alone, both of them spelled disaster. But the same 4 steps got us both onto solid ground. That is what we're walking through today. Not advice, what we actually did.
Most money advice assumes you already have income. I didn't have any. I had to figure out how to eat this week before I could think about next month, let alone next year.
So here are the 4 steps we followed. They work from anywhere as long as you stick with them. Know where you stand, stop the bleeding, look further out than the next bill, and go slow when it really counts. One of them is not really about money at all. That was the one that took me the longest.
The first one sounds too simple to matter. It is the one people might skip over.
Step 1, know where you stand. Not a plan, not a goal, just the truth about the number.
For me, it meant coming to terms with the fact that I had no money and bad credit. When you're that close to the edge, you already know where you stand. Admitting it and deciding to move forward to correct it is a choice you do have. You can't fix what you have given up on.
Mine took longer. I did not build a real budget until I was around 50. I put together a pro forma to track the short term and the long term because I finally understood I'd better watch it. I'm still not perfect at it, but I know where I stand, and that is a different life than the one I had before.
So here's the one thing to do tonight. Write down what you owe, what comes in, what goes out. That is the whole assignment.
Step 2 is stop the bleeding.
For me, that was not really a choice. I had no credit and no money to spend in the first place.
So hers was never about cutting anything, it was about getting something coming in.
My first thing was getting a temp job. Not a career, not the right job, a job. I walked to work, I took the bus to church, I went to the food bank when I needed to.
And she was staying at my place rent-free, pulling weeds in the yard, which she'll never let me forget until that first paycheck came in.
That's so true. And when it came in, I opened a specific type of bank account to start getting my credit back on the right track.
Small steps, 1 week at a time.
I want to say this too, because somebody watching this is sitting there feeling ashamed about it. Taking the help that is in front of you is not failure. It buys you time to start getting back on track.
Mine looked completely different, and it took me far longer to see it. Years before I met Donna in my first marriage, we spent like there was no bottom. Concerts, vacations, going out, no budget at all. When the credit card debt got bad, I moved the balances onto 0% cards. And when the 6 months ran out, I moved them again, and I paid a fee every time I did it. I want to be clear about that because it would be easy to hear it as advice. It was not a plan. It felt like I was managing the debt, but I was postponing it. If you're already struggling, that game can bury you. And I would not tell anyone to do what I did.
It just moved the problem.
Yes, it did. What actually stopped the bleeding was me. The drinking was driving the spending, and nothing I did with the debt was going to matter until that stopped. 2 different situations, same question. What is a real problem underneath? So answer that one for yourself, name the thing draining you most, and this week do the smallest thing that slows you down. Not the whole fix, the smallest thing.
We are Terry and Donna, and this is Rebuild with Clarity. We help people find a way forward after life's hardest moments.
Step 3, and this is the one Donna and I had to teach each other. Look further out than the next bill.
When you're just surviving, you cannot plan ahead. You're not thinking about your next year. You're thinking about how you're going to pay your bills for that month. When money is that tight, you do not get to think about it any other way. Even after I got back on my feet, looking out further out wasn't something I thought about at first.
Mine is the opposite. I look at what makes sense in 10 years. That sounds like the smarter problem to have. It's not. I was not watching the day-to-day spending, and what I had kept getting smaller.
We came from 2 different places, and that is what helped us see what mattered.
Here's a practical version. Track it. I look at our income and our spending almost daily now, and I watch our investments the same way. Then make the small choices with the long view sitting behind them. For example, I usually bring my own snacks on a bike ride instead of buying that $5 cookie at the stop. We shop at Costco. We only go out to eat about once a month, and we enjoy it when we do. Nothing of that is dramatic. It just compounds.
For me, the tracking was more about writing down what my current balance and income was and the basic expenses that I needed to cover. And once I figured that out, you can see past the end of the month. You can start thinking about your own values, and then you can set goals from there.
Try this on the next thing you buy. Ask what it costs you in a year, not what it costs you today. Step 4, go slow when it really counts. The big decisions are where you either make back years or lose them. For us, that was moving, and we are in California. We wanted to be closer to family and somewhere less expensive. We took our travel trailer on a 2,500 mile trip, and one of our stops was the Spokane area.
I loved it right away, but we did not buy anything that week.
We gave ourselves a full year of looking. I worked on our old house constantly to get it ready, and we hired the right people instead of the cheapest people. The house sold for $265,000 over asking. We bought our place in Eastern Washington for a quarter of what we sold for, and we paid cash.
We already made a whole video called Geographic Arbitrage about how that move worked. If you want the details, check out the video.
What we're saying is this: that result did not come from being clever. It came from not being in a hurry. And we only learned that the hard way. We made an earlier deal fast, and it was not right for us. When it fell through, it felt like a loss. It was not. It taught us to slow down, and that is what put us in a position to find somewhere better.
So if you have a big decision sitting in front of you right now, try writing down exactly why you feel like you need to hurry, then set the paper aside for the night. Things almost always look clearer in the morning. If it doesn't feel like a total emergency the next day, give yourself grace to slow down.
So those are the 4 steps. 1, know where you stand. 2, stop the bleeding. 3, look further out than the next bill. And 4, go slow when it really counts.
Whatever your number looks like, you can start moving forward today.
If you're ready for a clear next step, we've got something for you, and it's free, and it's right here.
We put out a new video every Sunday. Hit subscribe and we'll see you there.
Know your number, then take the next step.